You are not going to like me saying this, but it has to be said. And that is, I do not think that we are going to have this mega bull run that people expect, or this crazy alt season. And my opinion here comes from the fact that I'm in the business side of crypto every single day. So I want to hopefully share insights with you guys that perhaps other people aren't on this platform. Before we get into it, let me introduce myself very briefly. So I'm Jake on Block. I'm Forbes Business Council member. I'm an Amazon bestselling author on crypto growth. And my growth company, Magnet, has helped over 20 projects launch and grow with combined market caps of $1 billion. With that out of the way, let's get into the video and the reason why you are here. So firstly, this market has been completely different to any other market. What we're experiencing right now is not what we experience, in my opinion, in other bull markets that we've seen. Again, you go on crypto Twitter and people post these graphs of like, oh, we're in this stage, we're about to catapult. And that's just not true. If you look at like the historic data of the crypto market, we haven't had this moment in time in previous bull runs. And I mean, if you just think about it logically, people have been saying that we're in a bull run since this time last year. And what has actually happened? We went up, we came down all of summer pretty much. We had a nice period in around October, November time, and then we started to come down in December, January, and then we're thinking, okay, now it's time that we, go on a mega send, and we haven't. We've just gone and lost, like Solana's lost 50% of its value. Like these are big tokens, these aren't shit tokens. So this, in my opinion, is a market that we haven't experienced previously. And that's one reason why I think it's very hard to be able to call that we're going to go on this like mega run, because I do think that this market is extremely different to any other market we've experienced. And just by looking at what's happened, hopefully you can see that as well. The next reason is unlocks and selling pressure. Now, when you think about crypto logically and a crypto token, there's two things: buying pressure, selling pressure. Now, for a token to go up, it needs to have more buying pressure than selling pressure. Very simple, right? People fail to understand this. So when you look at one of the reasons why Solana dumped in the last week, is because a huge Solana unlock is happening, or has happened, and people are obviously scared that's going to bring loads of selling pressure into the market, so they're reacting to that. But then with all of this Solana unlock, the people that get the Solana unlocked can obviously just go and sell and dump into the market, which creates selling pressure. In a market like this, if there's not loads of people saying, right, I want to come in and buy Solana, there's going to be more selling pressure than there is buying pressure. And when that happens, price goes down. Now, unfortunately, what we have is, because there are thousands of tokens now, so many more tokens than there were in previous bull markets, there's a lot of people holding tokens, and now that is a lot of potential for selling pressure. If you look at some big tokens, I've given Solana as an example, but other big tokens, again, there will be unlocks that are happening. And as people get the unlocks, they can now create selling pressure. And if the market moves a little bit, people might go, these tokens that I got for free through the unlock, or I've been holding here for a while and now I have access to, I can now just sell into the market. And that is obviously an issue. Let's say there's projects that launched maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and they had their tokenomics models all drawn out. The majority of those tokens would have now vested. So whereas in previous cycles, these tokens could go on a giga run because there was only really like 5 to 10% supply out there, and therefore the potential for selling pressure was a lot lower. Now maybe 70-80% those tokens are in circulation. And it only takes a few of the big bag holders to go, you know what, this is up a little bit, I'm done with this, I'm out, to bring all of that selling pressure. And if they bring $1 million in selling pressure, guess what? There needs to be $1 million of buying pressure coming in. And the question is, where is that buying pressure going to come from? So yeah, there are a lot of tokens that have been unlocked in a lot of different tokens, if that makes sense, now in comparison to what we've seen in previous cycles. And that to me is a big reason as to why I don't think we're going to have this mega send that people think we are. And point two is that people will Jeep for a 2 or 3x. We've seen it in November, for example. We had a nice rally, some tokens were 2, 3, 4x, and then everything got Jeeped back down. And now we're in a much worse position than we were before that kind of mini run. And I think the market now is much different. people aren't sitting there and waiting to hit a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x. Some of these, relating back to the first point, some of these people just got given their tokens for free. So if the token does a 2 or 3x, and they had 100 grand's worth of token for free, and now it's 200-300 grand, they're going to sell it. And if they one clip 200-300 grand, it only takes a few people to do that, to realize that now there's millions of dollars of selling pressure within that specific token, and the buying pressure needs to be vastly greater than that to be able to bring it up. So I do think that we will have like a mini run again at some point. I don't think it's going to last for very long. And the reason for that is because there are a lot of people that now hold tokens in these projects, and big bags of these tokens that can bring immense selling pressure. And I don't think they're going to wait for 10, 20, 30, 40 X's. In previous cycles, a lot of the newer tokens that were coming out that were 20, 30, 40, 50 X in was because only 5% or 10% of their supply was actually out on the market. So no one held a big enough bag to bring big enough selling pressure. Whereas now people do, they can just go, you know what, I've got 2x there, I've got 3x there, I've made a couple hundred grand, fuck this, I'm out. So that's reason number 2. And I guess reason number 3, which ties into those reasons as well, is the fact that people have size in this market now. There's a lot of people that have size in this market. And what I mean by that is they have millions of dollars in crypto. They're not having to sit there and go, right, this needs to do a 40x for me to make money, for me to turn $1,000 into 40 grand. That's just not the situation with a lot of big players now. They hold size. If there is a 2x or a 3x or 4x, and they hold $1 million in a token, they've made $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. They don't need to wait for a 40x, a 30x, a 20x in a market like this. They can just put size in or get given size, and then, like I said, come out at a 2, 3, 4x, make loads of money, be happy, move on. And I guess reason 4, and this is controversial, is that there is extra knowledge in the market now. With everything that's happened in the Solana casino, people are taking a real look at things like buying pressure, selling pressure, tokenomics, token distribution, volume, liquidity, There are so many new metrics that people now look at before buying into a token. And therefore, people aren't just seeing like a big KOL, right, saying this is the next big thing and just going to ape like a 10 grand bag. They can go and look at these tokens with a fine tooth comb and work out whether they want to invest. So if we're in a situation like I mentioned, and now there's like 80% of supply of the token that's out in the market, and there's 10 holders that are holding 1 or 2% of supply, these people are going to go, oh, hang on a minute. And then they look at the liquidity and they're like, if these top holders sell, then we're going to dump extremely hard, right? They can, you know, people are looking at that data now. That's what the whole kind of learning curve has been throughout the last 12 months. So people are smart, and you might just think, oh yeah, but retail aren't smart. I'm telling you, retail's smart as well. Like, there are people, and this is again coming on to the final point, which I was going to get onto, and I may as well cover it now, but where is the buying pressure going to come from? Where is the money going to come from? If you talk to some of your normie friends that aren't in crypto on a daily basis, some of them are holding crypto right now. And to me, that is a red flag. They're not out of the market and then they're going to ape in and FOMO in when we're on this run, and that's where the money comes from. Like, these people are already in. They already got in because we were telling everyone it was a mega bull market a year ago. So where is that buying pressure going to come from? That's a big question that I have, and I can't give you the answer to that. So don't get me wrong, there will be people, if we start sending, that do start FOMOing it. Or there's a lot of money in stables right now. So when the market takes a turn, there are people that are going to go, right, I think this is going to start selling now. I'm going to ape stables in. So that stuff's all positive, and that can happen. And that's why I do think that we are going to get a movement at some point, but we're not going to get this mega run that everyone anticipates, in my opinion. So just to recap, firstly, we have unlocks and selling pressure. Actually, no, firstly, we had the market being different to previous times. Then we had the unlocks and selling pressure. Then we had people wanting to G or 2, 3Xs. Then we had the reason why people want to do that, which is the size that they have in the market now. Then we had knowledge of people and participants. And then we had retail actually maybe being in, and where is the money going to come from? So yeah, I really don't want to be that guy that brings like a downer to the market, but I think we have to be realistic if we want to move up. When everyone, like people like Murad, are going all-time highs in February, all-time highs in January, all-time highs in March, and then it doesn't happen. It's just setting people's expectations wrong. Like, we are down quite bad right now, and I think we need some form of consolidation for a period of time, and I'm hoping that'll happen soon, because there's been a lot of blood come out of the market. There's been a lot of liquidations, and then hopefully from that point we get some bullish policies coming out of the US, other external impacts that come to the market, as this is a growing, developing industry, that start to send us up. Some of those stables start coming into the market. Some people start to FOMO in, they feel a bit more confident in the market. We can move up. I do see a route where we move up from here, but I don't see a route where we're seeing 20, 30, 40, 50 X's just flying around the place like we've seen in previous cycles, because this cycle is different. And this is pretty bittersweet for me right now, because I am in the business side of crypto. I have Magnet, which is a growth consultancy company, and we have had our best month ever in February. Whereas if I look at my kind of crypto trenches, that DGen hat, I've had a terrible month because my portfolio is down bad. And I guess that's what really helps me make the most of this industry, because I'm in both camps. I have a foot in both sides in the industry. I'm doing what a lot of you guys watching this video will do, which is, playing in the market. Then I'm also in the business side, which, regardless of market conditions and price action, is continuously moving forward and growing. And regardless of price action and market movements, the industry as a whole is a rapidly growing industry. So there's always new developments coming to market. There's always new projects launching. There's always new tech that's dropping. Like, there's so much is always going on in this industry that people are unable to capitalize on because they are just on the retail investing and trading side. They're not on the business side. So if you like crypto and you want to make the most of it, and you feel like you have some form of understanding now, jump into the business side as well. Like me, have both bets. And trust me, that has helped me really capitalize on this industry, because before I came into the business side a few years ago now, I was just in the retail side, and I made a little bit of money here, I lost a little bit of money here. And since I've come into the business side, I've been able to really kind of achieve what I wanted to achieve in my personal life within a short period of time, because there's not a lot of competition in the business side of crypto. There's a lot of players in the retail side now, as we spoke about throughout this video. But the business side, there are not as many players. It is, in my opinion, one of the biggest online business model opportunities that we have right now, especially with what the next 4 years look like with Trump in power. And no one teaches that on this platform, which is why I tried to create this YouTube channel to teach people about the business side of crypto. I've now navigated back to talking about crypto more broadly, because there's a much bigger audience that want to listen to that, which is why at the end of these videos, I'm trying to say, guys, business side of crypto, have a look. And that's why I've dropped a link in the description of this video, which kind of takes you through step by step within 8 minutes how you can enter the business side of crypto successfully. So hopefully that's useful for you guys that want to listen to that. And if not, well, I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, I don't mean to put the scarers on here. I'm just trying to be realistic, because a lot of people don't want to be realistic in this space. They do it for views and engagements, and yeah, I just want to say it how it is. So I've said it how it is. I'm going to crack on building my business in crypto, and I'll see you on the next video.